Hi Panthers, it's Mrs. Presnell. This week for art, you are doing a challenge. I challenged you to make a silly face sculpture out of a toilet paper tube, right? The inside part when the toilet paper is all gone. Hopefully you have a lot of these around your house, right? Because of right now we've been kind of stuck at home, and hopefully you've saved some of these. You could also use a paper towel roll. It's just a little bit longer. If you want it to be bigger, you can, or you could always cut it so that it was the same size as a toilet paper roll. But either way, you'll be fine. Hopefully you've read about our artist and watched the little tutorial, but I'm going to show you one, too. I'm going to do one myself. These were two, and I actually painted this one since our artist, he paints his. So if you have paint at home, great. If you don't have paint at home, it's really fine. You don't have to paint these. But this was my first one that I kind of scrunched up to make a face. Here's his big mouth and nose and his eyebrow and eyes. And this was my second one. Right, again, this is my mouth, right? This one I actually started to use a marker to color in my nose, and here's it under here is a little eyebrow. So they are different, a little similar, but a little different. So if you have more than one, it's kind of fun to see how they change each one you do. So I'm going to do one with you on this video, and then you can try. Not super easy, but it's really just folding and bending and squishing, and see if you can create where the eyes would be and where the nose would be, and then at the bottom where the mouth would be. So for the first two, I actually ended up just kind of squeezing it, kind of flattening it out. You can always bend it to the front and then bend it to the back. You want it to kind of make it a little bit more flexible, so that's why you do all the bending. You can even bend it. Ooh. You can even bend it to the front, right, or the back. Just kind of making it so that you can do a little bit more with it. You're making it a little bit more flexible. So this is where you kind of start to get the eye, right, where the eyes would be. So I just kind of start to push down, kind of squish. The fun part about these is it's okay if they look a little silly. They're supposed to. That's where our inspiration came from in our artist. Sometimes you have to kind of use your hand and go inside, and you can kind of squish. Right, I kind of squished. Right, so this is the top part, kind of getting in there, my eyes, maybe my eyebrow coming down here a little bit. So I'm going to get my fingers in those creases and kind of squish them down. Maybe I can get some eyes on this one instead of just the eyebrow. So Miss Fresnel's just kind of squeezing and squishing to see if I can get it to pop. And then this is where we'd maybe start to make the nose. So you could kind of squeeze in the center so you have where the nose is going to be. Right, kind of squeeze and get it to start popping out. Right, so there's my nose is kind of starting to pop out there. And I still have my eyes. Kind of squish them in. Right, there are my eyes. And then this is too where you would start to kind of squish for your mouth. And he makes it all out of one toilet paper roll. He doesn't use more than one. It's like origami. He's a paper artist, so he does everything with paper. And so these are cool because he makes them all out of just one toilet paper roll. And it's just by squishing and squeezing. He doesn't cut or tape or glue or anything, so just kind of interesting. Alright, so there's my nose starting to come together. Right, so here's my front, now my mouth. All my mouths have kind of looked the same, so I'm going to see if I can change it a little bit. Maybe my mouth can look a little different, because they've all kind of looked the same. So the bottom of the toilet paper roll ends up being your mouth. So kind of squish it. See if I can make it look a little different. It ends up looking the same. It's no big deal. Okay. But I just thought for fun I'd try to make it maybe look a little different. But squished in there. My nose. Sometimes at the end I kind of really squish it. See what it ends up looking like. Here's my mouth. Here's this boy's nose. Needs another fold there. There's my nose kind of peeking out. And I got my little eyebrow up here. So you just kind of have to work it, right? And see if you can get kind of where the eyes would be up here, right in this area, and then the nose, and then you have the mouth down here. And then once you're done, you can, if you have paints, you can paint it. If you don't, it's really no big deal. You can always do markers, or you can just leave it the way it is. These are kind of interesting without color. They don't really need to be colored, but if you have more than one toilet paper roll, I do encourage you to try and do a few to see how they kind of get different as you do them, and see what happens as you go. So these are mine in order. This was my first, my second, and my third, right? So they all look a little different, their tops and their heads and their mouths. Right, well, good luck, and I would love to see some of your creations, so you can send them to me, a photo, and I can add them to our gallery. All right, I hope you enjoyed the challenge, and I hope you are staying safe and healthy. See you later.